Hopefully everything's loaded up good. Alrighty. Haven't done one of these in a while. Hopefully Dana gets his shit out early, because I don't know if I have an hour and a half worth of content here to keep it up. So we'll see how this one goes. What's up, Tehran? How's it going? All right. So my plan is to go over some of these fights while we wait, because Dana announced it, what, an hour and a half from what it would be now, as he did yesterday. Rip to Cody. Yeah, I saw you just sent me that. I mean, it could be a worse fight. I think he probably should have taken like one more fight before taking on Figueiredo. But I'll probably end up going with Figgy, but I don't think it's that bad of a fight for him. I'm going to be honest. Figgy won his fight, but it did not look as impressive as I remembered it being. I rewatched it right before this. I kind of skimmed over a little bit. Like when he took him down, I skipped past it. But I don't know. Garbrandt has good wrestling. I'm just worried that he's going to get hit down the center when he comes in for like the hook, because you even saw it in his last fight against Kelleher. He's just, wah, 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 and then he'd stop. Like, that's the good thing about Garbrandt now, is that he's going to be aggressive, but he's going to be like also patient at the same time. I could see him getting caught down the middle, so I don't like that for Garbrandt. Cody gonna get his block rocked at 300. Yeah, I don't mind that happening. He definitely could win. I didn't think Figgy looked that great in his fight against Rob Font, but Rob Font's probably definitely a way more technical boxer than Cody Garbrandt is, especially at this stage in his career. But Garbrandt has more power, so there's some factors in there. Garbrandt versus Yanez would have been a really fun fight. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a more winnable matchup for him too. I think is Yanez hurt? I can't remember exactly what it was. I don't think he's fighting though. I also saw something before this. I don't know what's going on with. Hold on, let me search up Yanez, because I remember there's something going on with him. I don't know if he had surgery or whatever it was. I think Yair Rodriguez and what's his name, Ilya Taporia, are beefing or something. It was just so random. I was looking at it on Instagram. I guess it's not loading up here, but Yair said he's gonna start talking trash now, and he's going after Taporia. I don't know. It was something really weird. Not news, I guess. He's gonna get knocked out. Yeah, probably. I think he got more power than Cody. Yeah, I think he's probably a little bit more durable as well. Even though Yanez has taken a lot of damage, he's probably a little bit more durable than Cody. But Cody's been looking decent recently. I know it's against Kelleher, and I guess it is just Kelleher, because even the Trevin Jones fight didn't even look that impressive, I'm going to be honest. So that's basically what it was. Nate Diaz is trending. I wonder if the super fight is going to get announced, because Dana was talking about how he had a super fight that didn't involve Conor in 2023. He mentioned it in 2023. He didn't say it was going to be in 2023. Then you hear Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal is going to be in a boxing ring in March. But then Diaz is saying he wants to headline 300, which I guess it's just him kind of marketing it. I know Mike Perry said he called up Hunter Campbell saying like, hey, well, let's do me and Diaz. I'm pretty sure is what I saw. I think less than like an hour ago, he talked to Hunter Campbell and said like, let's do Mike Perry, Nate Diaz on top of that card, which honestly I would take that over Bilal and Leon Edwards and whatever the fucking fight they announced yesterday. It was Zhang Weili and Yan Jianan. But I'd rather have that one for sure. See, I need to fix this overlay. Hold on. There's like, they have this YouTube control panel thing, but it's like taking up the entire screen. People counting Dustin Poirier. Are you saying people counting out Dustin Poirier is crazy? He's going to beat up Benoit Saint Denis. Dustin is a huge step up compared to the other guys Benoit fought. I do agree. However, I don't like Dustin, so maybe this is... I haven't done too much research into this fight. I don't think I'm going to need to do a bunch of research, but Benoit has the power in his hands, but if he doesn't take Poirier down, he's definitely going to get beat up pretty badly on the feet. But I don't think Dustin Poirier's takedown defense is that good. And honestly, the older he gets, it's not going to look any better than you would think like a prime Dustin Poirier's takedown defense is going to look like. It's really not that good. And Benoit St. Denis has some really good wrestling. You saw what he did to Thiago Moises. I mean, that was extremely impressive. And Thiago Moises is definitely more impressive on the ground than Dustin Poirier. MMA fans are strange at times. They calling Dustin Poirier washed all because he got knocked out by Justin. Justin will be fine. He's not washed. I don't think he's washed either. I just think he's gonna. The age is definitely gonna show on him. I don't know if he's gotten any worse, but I think with the wrestling that Benoit St. Denis has, it's definitely going to open a lot more up on the feet, and he does have a lot of power in his hands. I'm not going to say he's going to get flatlined, but I wouldn't mind Benoit St. Denis controlling him on the ground and just out-grappling him. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Dustin has really good boxing. He could get caught by Benoit, but he's just way too technical on the feet, but it's like if Benoit wants it to the ground, it's going to get to the ground. Dustin Poirier is not defending. He's not defending Benoit St. Denis's takedowns at all. So it's just more on what Benoit St. Denis wants to do in that fight. All right, I already went over these fights. Doesn't make sense to do. Let's see. I'm just going to have everything pulled up so I can just move right to it when I need to. Let's see. I don't know. I actually, this is the most, I kind of said it with Beneil Dariush until I really looked into it. I was like, I don't know. Arman didn't look too bad in that fight against, what's his name? It was a short notice fight he took against that Brazilian dude that's like super strong. I can't remember his name, but he didn't look that bad on the feet. He looked a lot more technical, and he looked really good against Beneil Dariush. I don't know. I feel this is like the most 50-50 fight I could see. Genuinely 50-50. Unless someone has fallen off, which would be Charles in this case because he's a lot older. Unless Charles has fallen off, this is 100% 50-50 for me. I have no idea who I'm going to take in this fight because Arman's looking better on the feet. I would say he's a little bit more durable than Charles, but Charles is just so powerful. He's going to lock your ass down and basically keep going until he can't. And I don't know how much finishing ability Arman Tsarukyan has on the ground. I'm going to be honest. Like, he has ground and pound. He's going to control you on the ground. But I don't know if he's going to submit Charles. Like, he's not going to submit Charles the way Islam Makhachev did. So I think I might go with Charles. I'm not sure, though. I'm 100% not sure. I need to have my phone out just in case Dana goes live or he posts something. Let me see. Because I was expecting him to go live, but then I realized, oh, it's Yan Jiaonan versus Zhang Weili. He's not going to go live for this. There's no chance in hell. But yeah, I wonder what that super fight's going to be. Genuinely. Charles is going to get his ass in the glitch position. No, it's a clinch position like he did Justin. And dirty box Arman. Yeah, I don't mind that. Like, so some elbows, like just cut open Arman some knees in the clinch. I don't mind that. He could definitely do that. And the thing is, too, like what we saw in that Beneil fight, which I didn't like that Charles went for the clinch and tried to take down Beneil like he did against Islam. I don't understand that. Even like leading up to that Islam fight, Daniel Cormier, who's obviously knows more about wrestling and all the makings of a fight. Like, he's a fighter, multi-champion, Hall of Famer, whatever. He's saying Charles should take down Islam, which, I mean, that's not a bad idea, but Islam's a judo guy. Like, he's going to toss you to the ground. I just didn't think that was smart. He did try to do the same thing against Beneil, and then Beneil kind of just, I mean, almost got down Beneil, but Beneil kind of just kicked off the fence and got on top of Charles. He wasn't really able to do anything because Charles was doing a really good job in the grappling there. He was able to get up, but I don't know. I don't think Charles should go for a takedown here. I don't think Arman's going to be able to finish him on the ground. I don't think he's going to get caught in any of Charles' submissions either, so I don't know pulling guard would be smart there. It's not going to be a bad idea like it was against Islam, or even kind of like Beneil, but I think he should say this one on the feet. Go to the clinch, but don't be looking for takedowns like he's been doing. Yeah, he's going to come out. Yeah. He should just run in, jumping front kick to see if Armin's going to shoot for a takedown early, see if he can KO him early. There's definitely been these Lakers. There's definitely been those videos going around of Armin getting KO'd on the regionals. It's definitely interesting. I think Charles will be better on the feet. He's taller, longer in reach. So let me pull up this fight real quick. Charles Oliveira. It's on UFC 300. I'll just pull that up. Okay, so this is what the card's looking like. I haven't seen it. You know, this card's not bad. It's also not better than 299. Let's make that clear. And I'm kind of worried that they might just leave it at this. Oliveira Tsaroukian is obviously on the main card. It's just more of what's at the top of the card. Because Yuri Prochazka, Alexander Rakic, that can definitely be a main card fight. If it's 300, I feel like Calvin Kattar and Aljamain Sterling, if it's at 145, maybe move it down a little bit. If you have another fight lined up, I think you can move that one away. It's supposed to, Dana even said, like, every single fight on the card is going to be a banger, so it better be. Let's see, Charles Oliveira, Armin Tsarukyan. What's the reach looking like? Okay, so he's going to have a 1.5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, he's gonna be longer. It's just a very. It's very rough. Yeah, 299 is the real 300. Can you imagine if they just switched it over? Honestly, what I thought they would do, because they keep adding fights to UFC 299, or at least recently they did. I think it's pretty much finished off. I think they figured that something's gonna happen to this card, and you can just move it away. Like Mateus Gamrot and RDA, I'm guessing they're going to move this one around. They're probably going to be on the prelims. Just move that to 300. Is it really necessary? Like, all these fights are insane. Okay, this fight is on paper doesn't look that crazy, but this guy is what, 6'7", 87 inches of reach. Like, I'm kind of interested in that. And he's a heavyweight. He's 35, but god damn. Like Michelle Pereira, Mikhail Olszewski on the prelims. Mateus Gamrot versus RDA, Caitlin Chukagian, Macy Barber. This one's definitely going to be on the early prelims. Munoz versus Phillips is a good prelim fight on like any numbered card. I think Kyler Phillips was on the main card recently, right? I may be wrong there. Against Hany Barcelos of the fight night. Curtis Blades, Yelton Almeida, Gilbert Burns. Oh, this card's so great, man. Just move one of these. I think didn't they say Kevin Holland and... Wait. They're saying this is going to be a 6-fight main card. Didn't they say Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page was going to be the co-main or something like that? I don't know. I read something where they said that's how they intrigued MVP to sign. I don't know. But you can honestly just move this fight back. Like, one of these fights back. I don't care what it is. Kattar Sterling will be the main event to the prelims. I think so, too. I think it could be the prelim headliner. I'm going to laugh when Charles proves these guys wrong again and then beat the brakes off Armin and remind people that he's still that guy. Yeah. I love Charles, man. I didn't realize it till the last fight when I saw him walk out. I was like, god damn, I guess I am a pretty big Charles fan, huh? Because you never really know when you see them fight, because I got super nervous watching him fight. I didn't think I would, but... And I'm also going to laugh when Dustin Poirier beats Benoit. He can beat Benoit, but... I really hope Dustin doesn't beat. I'm going to be honest. I think we need to make new stars. I think you're starting to see a shift in fighters. I think a lot of guys are going to retire this year. I really want to see Benoit Saint Denis win this fight. We need more contenders for Islam, because I know Dustin's going to be sitting in a line. However, I know he's going to be sitting out for a long-ass time as well, especially if he beats Benoit Saint Denis. Because keep this in mind. It's going to go... How they're setting this up. It's going to go Islam versus Gaethje, maybe. I think that's what Islam said, which doesn't make any sense in my brain. And then you do Armin versus Charles to crown the next #1 contender, which they're going to be out for like another year, which kind of sucks because Charles is already getting older. And then Dustin Poirier is probably going to have to take another matchup. Who that is against, if he does beat Benoit Saint Denis. Who that is against, I'm not sure. Because he's not going to fight Mateus Gamrot, because... Obviously, he's fighting RDA, but they train together, so. Imagine if it was Tony Ferguson versus Dustin Poirier at 300. I don't know. No, thank you. Honestly, just give Tony Ferguson the title fight. It's a legacy fight, you know? Isn't that Isn't that the argument nowadays? John Jones gets a legacy fight with Stipe, who hasn't won a fight in, over 4 years? Why not just put Tony Ferguson in there? It's a pretty good legacy fight, in my opinion, you know? Let me pull this up. That shit pissed me off, by the way. John Jones openly ducking Tom Aspinall. It just boils my blood. Let's see. His last one was in 2020. 2020, August 15th. That's like oh God, that's a lot of math. Was that almost about 4 years? 3.5 years? Ferguson versus Hooker. I mean, if he just lost to Patty, I can't imagine. Hooker's ranked, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure. And Hooker beat Jalen Turner. I don't think that fight would make too much sense, in my opinion. Actually, who do they give Tony Ferguson? I got a feeling they could do Tony Ferguson versus Jim Miller as a retirement fight on 300. I don't mind it. Tony Ferguson doesn't look like he's training, though, recently. I've been looking at what he's been doing. Maybe he won't be on 300. I'd love him to be on UFC 300 as a name, so they can fill a spot there. I don't mind him going up against Jim Miller, but then Jim Miller might KO him, which I don't want to see. But it would be a cool little fight to have. See both guys retire. Let me look at the lightweight division, because they have an extensive, on Tapology, at least I think, they have an extensive, UFC rankings. There's a site that does extensive full rankings, so I can see who the hell's in there. I think it's Ranking MMA. Let's see. Okay. Where are we at here? Yeah, Dan Hooker. I think they update these. I don't think these are... Yeah, this looks about right. Is Dustin Poirier really number 3? Is that true? I know he lost to Justin Gaethje, but still. Where are we at? He is number 3. Okay. That's interesting. Beneil Dariush. Fuck. Who do we give him? Who do we give Tony Ferguson? They should have just done Tony Ferguson versus Claudio Puelles. Just see where Tony Ferguson's really at. Let's see. Joaquim Silva was the name earlier for our Masarukian. Who do we give Tony Ferguson? Do we give him Chase Hooper? Maybe that's the fight we should make there. Let's see. Benoit called out Justin Gaethje, so now I can think Justin Gaethje is way more dangerous of a fight. Okay, let me reread this. Benoit called out Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje is way more of a dangerous fight for Justin. Has 6 power in his hands. He hits harder than okay. I think this is Dustin. So I think he would flatline Benoit. Benoit's a pretty tough guy. I mean, no, you're all good, man. Benoit's a pretty tough guy. If you saw his Alezu Zaleski fight, I mean, it was a horrible reffing job, but he didn't really go out. He's still fighting. He took a lot of damage, but I mean, he's still pretty tough. But yeah, I think Justin Gaethje would definitely win it. I don't know if he would flatline him. Maybe in a 5-rounder, he would probably get the TKO, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Let's see. Who do we give Tony Ferguson at this point in his career? Well, let's get him out on a win. I know the UFC would probably want to promote a star against Tony Ferguson, like a guy that they're really liking. I don't think they should, though. Let's see. These are all above. Fuck, I can see them doing Jim Miller, Tony Ferguson. Yeah, I don't think that. No worries, brother. You do Tony Ferguson versus Clay Guida? I don't mind that. Yeah. I was going to say Tony Ferguson versus Clay Guida wouldn't be a bad one. They're both pretty old, and I think that's a winnable fight for Tony, but I can also see him getting out-wrestled in that fight, sadly. Or you do Jordan Levitt. But Jordan, I don't know. I mean, they're tough matchups for Tony at this point, but I want him to get a win. You don't give him Trevor Peek. That'd be a rough fight for me to watch because I like them both. We do not give him Trevor Peek. Trevor Peek would annihilate Tony Ferguson, sadly. It would be a really fun fight, but he would hurt him very badly. I think that's what you got to do. You got to do Clay Guida versus Tony. That's probably what you got to do. Alrighty. Let's move on to... Is there anything... Wait, really? I didn't know that. It's actually insane. All right, let's see these UFC events because I haven't really looked at it since last year. Might be a little boring, but I think isn't there another 2-week break after Strickland du Plessis? It's gonna be rough. Let's see. Or if the UFC wanted to build another young prospect to beat Ferguson, they could have given Jalen Turner or Rafael Fiziev. Yeah, they definitely could have. But they wanted to save him for Patty, so is what it is at this point, you know. But Patty, I'm gonna be honest, like I haven't rewatched the fight on like from the TV vantage point. I was there, but Patty did not look good in that third round. I feel that show is so annoying. I think Tony hurt him at one point in that third round, if I'm mistaken. I could be, but Tony, if Patty wouldn't have taken down Tony in that third round, I'm telling you right now, I think Tony would have gotten a TKO win. 100%. 100,000%. That was not a good performance from Patty Pimblett at all. Like, needs to be a lot better than that. Okay. Delidze Amava, what's on here? It's all right. It's an all right card. It's watchable. Oh boy, please move this card around. Julia Stoliarenko, Luana Carolina. Please move that to the early prelims. Landon Quinones is a fun fighter to watch. They got Molly McCann against Diana Belbita. Oh my. When you lose to Julia Stoliarenko, I mean, there's nothing really there. Bembo Grimbo, Pete Rodriguez is a fun one. Tony was Tony was tagging Patty up on the feet in the first round. He was definitely doing pretty well. Really sucks. I need to rewatch that fight. I'm gonna be honest. Blake Billard, you see that there's some decent fights here. It's not horrible. Randy Brown, Muslim Salikov, Urbina, how he's still on the roster is a little interesting. Did he win his last fight? Oh, he beat Kosi. Okay, guess that makes sense. Moicano, Drew Dober's fun fight. Natalia Silva's on there. All right, it's a solid Apex card. I don't mind it. Road to UFC. Is this the finals? I haven't been paying attention to it. I might watch this. Oh wait, never mind. It's at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not watching that. I'm surprised Derek Lewis was on UFC 300. Yeah, for sure. They actually might add him. I'm not going to lie. He wouldn't be a bad... Is he scheduled for anything? Because I know he took that short notice fight against Jailton. You know he got paid against Jailton Almeida. He took on short notice, so... I mean, he definitely could get ushered in there if something happens to the card, but... I don't mind him on that card. Who would, hypothetically speaking, since I got the rankings open, why don't we look at who would we schedule Derek Lewis to fight? He just, I don't know. I don't want to say he hung in there with Jailton Almeida. He didn't get submitted by Jailton Almeida. So, with his little corpse guard, that was, as much as that fight was so boring, it was one of the funniest fights I've seen. I've never seen someone like Derek Lewis so content just being on the ground. He's just chilling there the entire time. I thought it was pretty funny. He's number 11. What do we want to do? I think Romanov has a fight, from what I remember. Why don't we go Dontel Mays versus Derek Lewis? It's going to be a really wacky fight. However, I want to see Dontel Mays get KO'd. He just lost to Rodrigo Nascimento. I don't have anything against Dontel Mays. However, for UFC 300, put it on the prelims. Why not? He's still in the UFC. He's not scheduled for any fight. When was the last time he fought? He fought in November. They're on the same schedule. I think that they were both in... Is that on the same card? Yeah, it was on the same card. There you go. They're on the same schedule. Derek Lewis could have fought that big 6'7" Cuban guy at 300. Honestly, if they wanted to shoot that guy up because he is 35, he's a little bit older, although it is heavyweight, why not do that, you know? Would have been a pretty fun fight. Who else do we got? You can always do Rodrigo Nascimento for that Dontel Mays, or for the Derek Lewis fight. I honestly, I don't mind Derek Lewis being on that card, but they might just keep him just to have him headline a fight night, because you can always do that with Lewis at this point. Wait, that's all a heavyweight? Holy shit. There's no way. Whoa. I didn't realize there was that few of heavyweights. I thought there was a lot more. I wonder if they're not... I'm trying to see if there's any names that are missing, but I guess not. Holy shit. Maybe you do Tafa versus Derek Lewis. I know he's 21 here, but might not be a bad idea. Just KO'd Austin Lane. Do Tafa versus Derek Lewis. Or maybe you do... where's Mo Usman? Do Mo Usman versus Justin Tafa. See if he can avenge his brother or something. I don't know. It's whatever. Got to get Chris Barnett on UFC 300. I hope they don't. Who the hell is Max Holloway fight? I would have sworn it would have been Justin Gaethje. Maybe that is still on the table. However, with Volkanovski and Topuria happening at featherweight in February, I think Holloway might want to wait a little bit, because if Topuria does beat Volkanovski, I guess you still get that rematch. However, even if Volkanovski still beats Topuria, I don't even know if Holloway would even get another fight. He shouldn't get another fight, in my opinion. Just fight. I mean, who's available at this point? Who's available at featherweight? I know Mobzar just had a fight scheduled against Arnold Allen. Who's our top 5? You might just do, honestly, Josh Emmett versus Max Holloway. I'm kind of down for. I'm going to be honest. If they can't get that Justin Gaethje fight going, because either way, Max Holloway is going to have to wait, and he's going to have to fight another contender, or he can just fight for the BMF belt. Justin Gaethje said, or at least Islam Makhachev saying Justin Gaethje's next, and he wants to fight in the summer. So it's more or less up to Justin Gaethje, because if he does lose to Max Holloway, which I don't think will happen, he's kind of just going to lose his spot, and then Charles versus Armin's probably going to take his spot. Let's see. Justin should fight someone until then, because Islam isn't coming back anytime soon. I wouldn't be sitting around waiting for that. I wouldn't either. His managers, both of their managers is Ali, so Ali wants that payday for sure. But I definitely agree. It was kind of weird because Islam Makhachev said he was injured and he was going to be out till the summer, and there's Ramadan, so that's why he's waiting till the summer. However, there's been clips of him doing some wild shit in Dagestan, and he looks fine. So I don't know. Should move up. He's fought just about everyone at 45. I agree with Volkanovski losing twice to Islam. You should just move up for the time being. It's probably the right decision. Let this division move a little bit. What the hell is this Calvin Kattar picture? This fucking site. What is this? All right. I think featherweight needs to reset a little bit. I think Topuria does beat Volkanovski. It's going to be a really close fight, but if he does, it definitely allows the division to reset. If Volkanovski does beat Topuria, honestly, I think he should just retire, in my opinion. There's no point in fighting anymore. He's got his GOAT status if he beats Topuria. At least at 155, it's some new fights for Holloway. Yes, for sure. I know he lost to Poirier. Well, let's look at lightweight again. he would probably have to fight a top 5 contender. Who would be available? Let's see. Everyone's kind of chalked up. Charles fighting Armin. Dustin's fighting Benoit St. Denis. Justin Gaethje's probably, if he's not fighting Holloway, will probably get Islam. Michael Chandler's waiting for Conor McGregor. Beneil Dariush, I think he wants to get back in there. Who called out Beneil Dariush? I know it was someone. Can't remember exactly who it was. But I know Beneil Dariush wants to get back in there. Very sadly, he's going to get KO'd either way. Mateus Gamrot lost to Beneil Dariush. Mateus Gamrot's fighting RDA, so we'll probably see a switch there. But I don't... Maybe you do Holloway versus Beneil? Let's see. But I wouldn't mind Holloway versus Emmett. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. Actually, that's one of the fights I probably want to see. If Holloway's going to have to wait around anyways, he's going to have to sit out a year, almost a year, probably towards the end of the year. If Topuria, even if Volkanovski wins, I guess, and he does retire, maybe he'll get a chance against whoever's next in line, which is practically no one at this point. I guess it would be Arnold Allen and Mobzar. If Mobzar wins, I guess he gets a chance, but Arnold Allen already lost to Holloway. Like, it's a big-ass mess right now. I do think Volkanovski should retire if he does win. And if he loses, I think he should as well. I know he would probably want the rematch against Topuria, but it's going to be a year till Max Holloway's going to get anywhere near a title shot. Even Edson versus Holloway wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I do think Josh Emmett coming off that KO and just the way Holloway fights, I think that's kind of an intriguing matchup. I know Emmett is pretty much a one-trick pony. He's just going to load up that shot. But Holloway takes a lot of punches, which I think is going to make this one pretty interesting. Like, he doesn't move his head, so maybe Emmett can be the one to crack Holloway's chin, and then you got another featherweight contender there. Who knows, you know? Diego Lopez versus Sadiq Youssef would be a banger. Both guys are powerful. I don't see that fight going the distance. Yeah, I think Diego Lopez might win that one. Doesn't Sadiq Youssef have a fight? I remember seeing something for Sadiq. He doesn't have a fight. Who was he? Did he? I swear to God, he had a fight somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. I thought he was going to fight someone recently. But yeah, that fight would be great, honestly, because Diego Lopez is really good on the ground. Sadiq is a pretty solid, or at least he's all around. Diego Lopez still has something to kind of prove there. I think that's a pretty interesting fight. Just to kind of test Diego Lopez if they're willing to do that at this point. Maybe they want to build him up a little bit more. Where is Diego Lopez? Featherweight, the unranked featherweight area is actually really fun right now. I'm going to be honest. Like, I feel like some of them won't get ranked. However, it's just like, there's some really good fighters with a lot of entertaining fights. Like Charles Jourdain. Who did Hernandez just get matched up with? I know I saw that today. I'm getting off topic a little bit, but Hernandez just got matched up, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Big Marcel. Let's see, who did... Oh, he got matched up with Damon Jackson. It's an interesting one. Michael Chandler needs to move on from that Conor fight. I think he will get it, though. I'm pretty sure it's unconfirmed at this point, but the UFC told Conor he's going to fight Chandler late June for International Fight Week. So I think that fight actually is going to happen. It does sound like Michael Chandler has started his training camp. So not yet, because it is January. Michael Chandler's been training all year, by the way. He's been saying he's ready for that fight. It looks like he's been in camp for a very long time, so maybe that was Conor's whole plan, is just to overtrain Chandler, you know, if that's even possible. But yeah, unranked featherweight, man, it's such a nice division. Even the ranked guys are pretty good, but it's a lot more interesting down here because it's not all dominated by Alexander Volkanovski. Not in a bad way either. I like Volk, but like, you got Brito, which is a good fighter. Caceres is a good fighter, even though he just lost his last fight. Wood is pretty tough. He shouldn't have lost that fight. I actually missed this one. Wasn't it like he got hit in the nuts or whatever? That's what it was. I feel he's coming off a good KO. Nate Landwehr's super entertaining. Jonathan Pierce is a tough opponent. Bill Algia is pretty tough as well. Diego Lopez. Jordan again. Pat Sabatini. I mean, he's all right. He's a very good grappler, but that was the easiest money in my life, by the way. Those odds should have not been that close. Easiest money in my life. Is there anybody else? I think I might be missing someone. TJ Brown has looked decent. I shouldn't have said anything there, but Isaac Dolgarian, he actually looked good for a while. I think he took a lot of time off, though. Oh, shit. My bad. A little behind. Chandler Sadov, 23, think he's going to fight Conor McGregor. I hope he doesn't do the same in 2024. Sitting out, waiting. He's not getting younger. Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure Chandler knows he's done. I don't think he's going for the title anymore. Any possibility they're bringing McGregor versus Chandler for the UFC 300? Apparently, Conor wanted to be on that card, and the UFC basically negotiated with him, saying, we want you on International Fight Week, June 26th, June 29th, or whatever. It's weird it's not in July, but they wanted him for that card. I guess they negotiated with him with that. So that's what came from that conversation with him and Dana, as I guess what it was. Do you actually believe what McGregor says? If I don't hear it from Dana White himself, I don't believe it. Yeah, it's just how Conor McGregor's kind of wired. He's a promoter at heart, so he's gonna say whatever. That's kind of what Nate Diaz just did too. He said, "What if I headline 300? See what kind of traction it gets, and then UFC will kind of operate off of that." It's what a lot of guys do. It's you put something out there, see what happens. If you don't hear much about it later, it will either not happening or there's negotiations or whatever. If there's an opponent and they're talking and then they go quiet, normally how that works. It's damn near 2 years since Chandler fought. He fought Dustin Poirier back in November 2022. Yep. I don't believe Chandler McGregor's happening. I think Chandler just retires if he doesn't get that McGregor fight. I wouldn't blame him because who else is there for him to fight? I know Chandler said once he's done with his career, he wanted to move up to 170 and fight Masvidal and Colby. I think in Chandler's mind right now, I think he's kind of done. I don't think he sees himself in the title picture, at least at this point. I know he's kind of hogging a pretty big top spot in that top 5 there, but I think mentally, when you go for Conor, it's a really big representation of what you're kind of looking for in your career. Even like that Dustin Poirier fight, he dodged the title shot to get that other fight with Conor and to get that big payday. I mean, I feel like that was the realization that we kind of figured out what these guys are at mentally. You're looking for the payday. You're looking for that retirement money. You're looking not to work again, or you're looking to become champion or whatever like that. So, I mean, I think Chandler's done. I think he'll move up to 170 after and look for big money fights. I don't mind it either way. I know Chandler isn't interested in fighting the young up-and-comers. No, I don't think so either, but it's not... Here's my take on this. If he's saying that he wants to fight for the title and he's fighting guys like Conor McGregor or guys that... and not fighting up-and-comers, then I have a problem with it, kind of with what Dustin Poirier was doing. He's like, I want a title shot. I think I'm one win away from a title shot, which is not true. He does not... Whatever you do in your career, you got to earn it right now. That was my problem with Dustin saying that shit. But if Chandler's basically not calling for a title shot, wanting to fight these big money fights, and that's kind of the place he's at. I don't mind him not fighting up-and-comers. He probably should. But as long as his goal is not looking for the title, or as long as he's not expecting a title shot after this, then I'm completely fine. Chandler will be 38 in April. Yeah, he's definitely getting older. Right? He's there for a good time, not for a long time, I think is what he said. So I don't expect him to be there for very long. Yeah, even Tapology's kind of saying McGregor versus Chandler. It's unconfirmed, but I think the fight does happen. We'll see though. And I think if Michael Chandler does beat Conor McGregor, he's gonna be definitely one of the biggest stars in that company for sure. And you got to imagine if Michael Chandler is beating you in potentially a 5-round fight, it's not going to be by decision. So if he KOs Conor McGregor, he's a really big star, and then you can make some money off of that. Hopefully he doesn't retire Conor, because I think you should probably give a a much younger guy to Conor to try and get another name in there, but who knows? Maybe if Benoit St. Denis beats Dustin Poirier, maybe he's a guy you look at for Conor if something happens with Chandler or whatever. I wouldn't mind that. Because Benoit St. Denis is 28. He's a scrapper. He's a pretty entertaining fighter. Why not? Then Chandler has the nerves to call Tony Ferguson an easy fight, but you definitely struggle against that easy guy. That easy guy was tagging you up until you got that Hail Mary front kick to the face. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if Michael Chandler would have said, like, yeah, I went for that front kick, like, it was exactly what I wanted. He not saying, like, oh, it was a wave finder, and it just caught fucking Tony Ferguson. Probably would have been a better looking win, but yeah, Tony Ferguson did pretty good early on in that fight, that's for sure. I don't know if he won that round. I can't remember exactly the scores that he got in that first round, but he did pretty good. It's a very sad time to be a Tony Ferguson fan. Honestly, give Tony Ferguson 2 fights, because I see the thing where if he loses one more fight, he's going to have the record for the longest win streak and the longest losing streak. If you think about it, if he's got both of the streaks, it means he's bound to win at some point, right? Is that how that works, or will he just continue to lose? Because I feel like Tony Ferguson is one of those guys where you'll see like shit start to change up a little bit. All right, I need to look for this Dana White announcement. It's been, 45 minutes? Let's see if... I got nothing. I still got nothing. Yeah. Let's see. Tony was winning all the striking exchanges against Chandler in that first, beating him to the punch. Yeah, he definitely won all the striking exchanges. I don't know if they counted that as a knockdown when he elbowed him. I'm not too sure there, but I mean, it was... I think Tony probably won it, but it was when Chandler took him down, Tony wasn't doing too much off his back, so... I mean, he's doing a little bit, but I think Chandler was doing a little bit more. He definitely won that round, but it was competitive after the knockdown a little bit, because he did take down Ferguson. At least did some damage, you know? All right. Let's see. Hermanson and Pfeiffer. Did Pfeiffer actually beat the Francis Ngannou's power record? Because that's actually insane. I mean, he does have some really good power in his hands, but goddamn. Tony said himself he actually thought about retiring after that Chandler loss. Yeah, but that... is that why he did the whole Harvard thing? That's probably what it was, but... Oh, it's NBA. Whoa. God damn, someone won by 62. Jesus. But yeah, he probably should have retired there, but he was completely out of it after that KO. Like, he was lost. But maybe the plan is to retire soon. It doesn't look like Tony's taking it too seriously, or at least he's. It seems. I do worry that he's gonna fall off in life after this, but he does seem like he knows where he's at. Like, although he's playing the character, you saw a couple times in that press conference that he realizes it's a little rough for him. He's not completely delusional about it, but imagine if Tony would have called it a career after losing to Justin Gaethje, he would have been on a streak that he's on. Yeah, definitely true, but I mean, that was also how long ago was that? That was in the pandemic, right? That was during the pandemic. How long ago was that fight? ...2020. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind him retiring. How old was he there? The fuck? How old is he now? Wait. He's almost 40. Holy shit. I completely forgot about it. I thought he was just like 37 or something. God damn. Oh, yeah. He needs to get out of there ASAP. Let's see. What I think Ferguson is doing is fighting out his contract. Let's hope not. I really hope not, because we don't need him going into boxing. We don't need him going into BKFC. Yeah, he's 36 then. It's time definitely has flown by for sure. He does not need to be. Dana should bar him. Keep him retired. Pay him yearly. I think that's what they have to do anyways if you're signed. Or if you're retired, I guess they don't. Just bar him from going anywhere else. Please. Just don't let... It's a lot more cruel out there. I know he keeps getting fight and he's on a 7-fight losing streak, but we're talking like Bigfoot Silva kind of shit here. We don't need Tony dying fighting, you know what I mean? That's just not necessary. Yeah, this is... I mean, I guess if Bigfoot hasn't died, it's just not. Like, I don't think Ferguson cares about winning again. I think he just, yeah. I think it's just his purpose. I think it's one of those things. If he's not fighting, he probably doesn't think he has a purpose or whatever, so. I don't know. I'm worried about him. I know he said he's going to start, like, streaming or whatever and start doing YouTube a couple years ago after that Chandler loss, but he never started doing it. I feel like he needs to open up something like that or open up a gym. You know what I mean? Make some money outside of fighting. There's no reason for him to be doing all that shit. All right, let's look at this shit. Jeremiah Well. I mean, this is all right. Brad Tavares, Gregory Rodriguez. Who did... Oh, Brad Tavares fought... whatever his name is. Bruno Silva, right? Got KO'd. Wasn't this fight supposed to happen at some point? Maybe I'm a little dumb. I mean, this card's a little rough. Bigfoot hasn't won a fight since 2012, and he retired last year, didn't he? It's crazy we never got Conor versus Ferguson. Yeah, it's just one of those fights. It's one of those fights that's never going to happen. Maybe we might get it if Conor loses to Ferguson and he still wants to go. I don't mind that fight for Conor there. Just a little rebound fight like he did against Cowboy, but he wouldn't be taking that fight to support Ferguson. Like, Ferguson's not going to win that fight against Conor at this point in his career. So it'll just be a rebound one and you'll probably get KO'd. But I think Justin Gaethje versus Conor, maybe the closest thing to Conor and Ferguson. Oh, like at this point, I think Justin Gaethje would beat up Conor pretty badly. If the thing with Conor is that you always think of what prime Conor's timing would look like, so approaching some of these fights is really interesting, but he just doesn't have his timing. His fighting style is a lot different. He's a lot more aggressive, which is not what he should be doing. He should be defensive. But, I mean, you always think, like, if this was prime Conor, he would definitely whip up some of these guys, you know? But it just is what it is at this point. Volkanovski, Topuria. This card's actually pretty sweet. Pretty decent card. Jeff Neal and Gary. Let's hope that fight stays on the card there. Let's see. Only how Tony Ferguson can possibly happen is if Conor loses to Chandler. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this Justin Gaethje would definitely tear up Conor McGregor. How old is Justin? Isn't he 34, 35? How old is Justin Gaethje? Just get an idea. He's 35. When's his birthday? Let me see. November 14th. Okay, so he'll still be 35 when fighting Makhachev. So you don't got to worry about that. I just want some new contenders. At least it's going to be Charles. I know Charles already got that first fight, but I wouldn't mind Charles getting another rematch. I'm just kind of tired of seeing... I know this is a new version of Gaethje, so I'm not going to hate on it too much, but I was kind of tired of seeing Gaethje, Poirier. Even Chandler. I know Chandler got one title shot and it was for the vacant title, but I mean, I'm just tired of seeing the same people in the top 5. Beneil kind of just got injured, sat out for a little bit, and time ran out on him. So hopefully we can get Armin up there. Fiziev, hopefully he can rebound. It's definitely a very rough year for Fiziev for sure. Hopefully we can get some new guys up there, that's for sure. I mean, lightweight's kind of... I think that's why they kind of want to push up Benoit Saint-Denis, see what he's at like right now. If he does beat Dustin, that you got another top contender there. But fuck, man. Lightweight's looking a little rough right now. Just saying, it's a lot more older guys there. I mean, Grom looked good for a little bit. I mean, you never know. Elvis Brenner has been looking decent. Grant Dawson got KO'd by Bobby Green. Fuck, man. It's really rough. Oh, yeah, I think so. I think he should leave the sport. I can see, yeah. Or they can do, if Conor somehow beats Chandler, maybe you do another Dustin fight. Because I know a lot of people, I don't know, for me, it didn't feel like it was a finished matchup there. But, wait, actually, if Conor wins, think about this. No matter what happens in this Conor fight with Chandler, I think it will probably be Diaz. I'm going to be honest. I completely forgot about Diaz, but I think it will definitely be Diaz for sure. I can see Justin Gaethje retiring soon as well. He said I think if he loses against Islam, I think he's retiring. Or unless he's taking like one more fight after that. One big fight where you main events with the BMF title, get some pay-per-view points, and then retire. Why not? Why not? Yeah, lightweight's looking rough. Welterweight's going to start moving. I'm excited for welterweight. Welterweight's the most fun division, I'll say at this point. I mean, just the amount of prospects that are coming up, I'm super excited about it. The unranked area is still a little iffy, but the contenders are definitely moving up into the top 15. Some of the older guys will get out of there very soon, but we'll start to establish welterweight, a new welterweight, very soon. I think even middleweight's getting some prospects as well. I was actually kind of surprised that it wasn't lightweight. Featherweight's still kind of fun in the unranked area. You just need another prospect to kind of boost it up a little bit. But middleweight's getting some prospects. I guess they're kind of pushing up Joe Pyfer a little bit. Who else? Hamzat just joined the division. That's pretty cool. Drickus made his way up. I think Brendan Allen's going to start making his way up as well. Kyle Bahayo is probably going to make it in top 15 at some point. Again, Joe Pyfer. I'm going to have to watch Cher Booten's last fight because I missed it. I'm going to have to rewatch it because I know some people were a little critical of it. So I missed that fight, sadly. Let's see. But yeah, there should be some new guys in the top 15 very soon. Maybe Aliskerov can get in there. Well, we'll see how Aliskerov does. I'm not too confident in him. There's another guy. Well, who's the guy that looks like Khabib? I think he's at lightweight, right? It's what's his name? He was on the Contender Series a while ago, like 2 years ago. What's his name? He looks like Khabib, but he's not. He's not Khabib. Let's see. I'm trying to remember his name. Starts with an... Oh, I shouldn't even be trying to do this. I'm going to be completely honest. I think once Dustin, Charles, Justin, Ferguson, Holloway retires, I'm going to be through watching the UFC. That's what I'm saying. That's why you need to do those Benoit Saint-Denis fights and the Fiziev fights and get some more guys established because it's going to be very rough if those guys retire within the next year. That's why I think they're trying to push a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis on Dustin Poirier a little bit. It's a fun fight for sure, but I wonder if Dustin Poirier didn't know he's a wrestler because he looked pretty good on the feet his last fight. Benoit Saint-Denis did. Let's see. Fuck. Why? Oh, man, I need to find this one. It's going to actually bother me. Maybe it wasn't... Was it not lightweight? Rebecca has looked pretty good as well. Just scrolling over. Mike Davis. He looks good, but he never fights. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, Trevor Peake's just a future Hall of Famer, too. I mean, maybe they do got some decent guys at lightweight. It's not welterweight, is it? It might be welterweight. Where is he at? Where is he at? Let me find him. He hasn't fought in a while. Dana better hurry his ass up. Fuck. I'm not going to find it, am I? It's going to annoy me. Let's see. I think Joe Lozon versus Tony Ferguson would have been a good... I mean, they could do it for UFC 300. I mean, Joe Lozon almost fought Cerrone. I don't think he's retired yet, has he? Why not make that fight? Give Tony Ferguson a win. Let's get him out of there on a win. But then when you think about it, if he does win, he'll probably just want to fight more, which might be worse. So we'll see. I'm getting actually really annoyed by this. I'm actually go to all the Contender Series fights within the last couple of years. This is actually bothering the hell out of me. He was on the Abu Dhabi card, UFC 2. Wrong one. UFC 290, right? Is that what that was? No. What was the Abu Dhabi card? Fuck it. I think I'm slow. All right. Ultimate Fighter. It's somewhere around here. Let's see. Pavlovich Blades. No, it's not somewhere around there. October. What am I doing? Makhachev Volkanovski, 294. I think he's on this card. Maybe he was not. Fuck. All right, let's go UFC 280. I think that was the other Abu Dhabi card. Dude, does this guy disappear? What's going on here? Okay, I think I might just... I think I'm just going to give up at this point. I'm going to be honest. If I do pull up just the UFC cards, I think it will... Yeah, right, this is getting bad. Okay, Dana White's Contender Series. 2023 was last year. Good 2022. Oh no, he fought Rafael Alves. There you go. He fought Rafael Alves. This will be faster. He got him cut, I believe. Nurullo Aliyev. There you go. It really took that freaking long. It was at lightweight. Is he not in these rankings? Hopefully I didn't skip over it. Hold on. Was he here the entire time? Yeah, he's not in these rankings. I don't. No, maybe I'm missing. I'm missing it. Thank God I figured that shit out. All right. All right, let's go through some of these UFC cards now that I just wasted 7 minutes of my life trying to find that. Moreno Albazi. It's not Moreno Albazi. It's Moreno Royval. There you go. New fight. Moreno Royval. Moreno will win that one. I think it's a rematch as well. I think they only fought once compared to the 3 or 4 times that he fought Pantoja. Let's see. How many times has he fought? It should just be the rematch. Maybe they did fight twice. No, this will be their second fight. I think Royval did get injured in the first round, but Brandon Moreno's probably winning that. You saw what Pantoja was able to do with the takedowns against Royval. I mean, his whole offensive game plan just completely shut down. Pantoja was really tough on the feet, but Royval wasn't even really hitting him. Pantoja was just doing a lot of good work. So Moreno's just going to absolutely school Royval, in my opinion. He's still the main event. Still at 125. Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega. I think that's still an interesting fight. I'm glad Ortega's finally fighting. It's been a very long time. It's been over a year and a half, at least from this point. So probably be a year and 8 months by the time they fight. So by that fight's happening, it kind of sucked because Yair was doing a lot of good work on the feet, and then it got to the ground, and then the fight ended. So I don't really know exactly where that fight would have went. Raul Rosas versus Ricky Turcios. That's going to be a crazy fight. If Ricky Turcios actually brings it. I mean, it's been a couple times now where I thought Ricky Turcios was going to retire. I think he's mentioned it a couple times too, but he won against Natividad. I think he took a lot of damage there. He was a lot more scrappier. That was 2022. It's been well over a year since we've seen him. Against Raul Rosas. It's not a bad matchup at all, especially for Rosas. Puelas versus Yam. That's a mid-fight. Altamirano, Felipe Dos Santos. Dos Santos is going to KO Altamirano 100%. Uruguay's still a pretty decent prospect. A lot of Mexican fighters. I didn't realize we had this many. Holy shit. All right. Quinones versus Barcelos. That's a good fight as well. So, some good fights. Let's move on. We're at 8:36. Dana White. Where's the announcement? No announcement, please. Fuck. All right. No announcement yet. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll do it at the top of the hour. What is that? 23 minutes? Oh, God. All right. Kurt Holloway just got a fight. I guess Salikov versus Randy Brown got rebooked for UFC Vegas 85. I haven't seen anything else, though. All right. O'Malley Vera, we've already seen how great this card is. What's this fight night card? Oh, boy. This one needs a main event. Yeah. Okay. Dana needs to hurry his ass up, or he's going to get a group oiling. That's for sure. Perez versus Makayev is not a main event, but I can see them doing it, honestly. They love Makayev. They want him to be a star so badly. Oh, it's in Saudi, too. They might do that. They actually might do that. Fuck. Isn't there a rumor for what that main event's going to be? What was it? He's going to announce the Holloway fight. I can only hope so. I'm losing hope. I actually did hear that Khabib. Let's see, Khabib. Let me search that up because I did hear some stuff that Khabib's been training a lot with some of the guys over there, and that there's been rumors that a fight kind of fell into Dana's hands. So a super fight, I guess, is what they're calling it. So maybe Khabib's going to come out of retirement. I don't know who the hell he would fight. It would probably be at 170. I'm going to be completely honest. I think it would be at 170. Who would it be against? It wouldn't be Usman. I don't think they would fight each other. I think they like each other. What if you did Colby versus Habib? That would be insane. You need security around Colby the entire time. Khabib would probably win that one at this point, but I mean, it is an interesting fight, right? I think it is. You'd probably have Khabib come back and fight someone at 170. I don't mind it, though. Oh, shit. Hey, what did I do? There we go. At least Cerrone knew when to retire, yeah. Not many do. I mean, he did take a lot of losses, but fuck. At least he was able to get out of there. I just want to know. I feel like with how shit the fights were yesterday, he can't come out and give us two dog shit fights either. Like he might just announce Bilal and Leon Edwards and then another great fight, but we'll just see how it goes. I think it'll be a title fight. It might be Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira. I would not mind that, but they might just want to save What is it? They might want to. I think they're doing another Brazil card, right? They might say Pereira for a Brazil card. I just don't know, man. We need something big for this card, or else there's going to be a really big problem. It's going to be really dog shit. Like, there's gonna be a lot of outrage. Imagine if he comes out of Cerrone. I don't know. I think he's been doing a lot of the Nitro Circus stuff, like the motorbikes or whatever. None of my shit's refreshing. Let me see. Anything else here? Oh yeah, Router though came out of retirement. That's a good fight. Like I mean, there's nothing here, man. It'll probably be 19 minutes. If he doesn't, I might just stop streaming. I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait. I don't know if I could wait another hour. Falling asleep doing it. Hopefully he announces it very soon. We haven't gotten anything today. I mean, he said he would announce like 2 or 3. We'll see what happens though. I'm not too sure. Ariel, I've seen he's been fucking complaining on Twitter again. Isn't... I mean, what is Ariel doing, bro? Just needs to stay. I know it's his job, but he needs to chill the fuck out. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel bad for Chandler. Yeah, I think he'll get his fight, though. I mean, once he gets the fight, I won't feel as bad. I don't think Conor would ever pull out of a fight either. So I think once it's actually like confirmed, I don't think we'll have anything to worry about, or him. Well, we'll just have to wait till we get there, you know. Ariel's been crying on Twitter today. Let me see exactly what it was, because from the way I read it like everybody else. Let me see. Did he delete it? I think he did. This motherfucker. Let me see. He did delete it. Why? He was like yelling at a bunch of people online about it. Oh wait, it was this. Managing, the way I read it all in like a continuous line, is managing UFC 300 expectations, thoughts on the card, don't worry, be happy. Oliveira, Arman, DP, Benoit St. Denis. What are the stakes? Ngannou, AJ feels bigger and better. Which, I mean, reading it seems like this means that this is a bigger fight than what's exactly on the same weekend as AJ and Ngannou, which is UFC 299 from what I remember. But fuck, man. It's not better than 299. Like, I'm watching 299. Fuck Francis versus AJ. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Ariel either. He's got some fans, man. I just don't understand it. There's nothing likable about Ariel, in my opinion. Like, when he's a journalist, I get he wanted to get some stuff out of the fighters, but fuck, man. I mean, it's just the gaslighting, the victim shit. It's really annoying. Ariel and Dana White has beef, so yeah, it is a lot of people that just don't like Dana. 100% is. I don't even know exactly still what happened during that situation. Like, he leaked out that Brock was coming back, but like he wasn't supposed to, and Ariel didn't know that. Like, I don't know who to trust in that situation. I can see Ariel doing that shit as well, like breaking the Brock Lesnar story. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the UFC kind of lied about it either. But the thing is that if you ever complain about Ariel and you're a fighter, it won't be taken serious as like you with Ariel agreeing with him, because a lot of people, I don't even think UFC fighter pays that bad. I mean, I know I'm not getting paid. I'm not a fighter. I'm not getting paid by them. But I think compared to everything else, I think a lot of people think this is like the NFL or NBA. Like, it definitely isn't. I don't know what people are expecting. Like, we're getting people off the streets here. I get they train every day, but a lot of people have to go do their job every day. I don't like Luke Thomas either. I can't stand that dude. It's not that he's like completely arrogant. He's just condescending as well, and it's just really fucking annoying. It's really annoying. I can't watch Luke Thomas. I dislike arrogant people, and Dana White is that. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, if I had a person like Dana White as my boss, I would probably like it. I mean, he seems like a loyal dude, and he seems like he kind of lets you do whatever as long as you're doing your job. But I mean, there's certain things to dislike about Dana for sure. I mean, he can be a dickhead sometimes, but I mean, it is what it. I mean, a lot of people are coming after Dana White, so it's a lot of people. It's really hard to kind of go against Dana White in some of these situations. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's just like the stupid stuff that they attack Dana White for, like the media and all that. Like, you got to give me a reason to dislike Dana White. You know what I mean? If UFC 300 is ass, and he said that every single fight on this card is gonna be a banger, then I might be pretty pissed. But. And if you notice, when he announced Zhao Nan versus Zhang, it was a 2-minute video. He announced it within like the first 20 seconds, and he kind of had to explain why it was a good fight. Like, he knew that was not what people were expecting. So it was actually pretty funny, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. Forgot what I was gonna say there, but. Let's move on here. Diego Sanchez. What? Okay, I guess he's creating his own thing. Please, UFC 300, something get announced. It's all aerial. This was from yesterday. All from previous days. All right, anything new? I know we got... Oh, yeah, this was what it was. Mike Perry calls Hunter Campbell and demands the fight for 300. I don't know if that's real. I know. All right. But we had what is this? Oh, yeah, but like, it sounds like it was a lot of Oscar De La Hoya. I'm going to be honest, because even Oscar De La Hoya apologized to Dana. What was that drama with Oscar De La Hoya? Because didn't they used to be friends? They used to be friends, but I think Oscar... I'm not going to lie, Dana White's rants are actually pretty entertaining, though. Like, when he's pissed after the press conferences, that shit's kind of funny. What was the drama there? I know Oscar apologized, but... Yeah, I don't know where this started at. Oh, was it like a fighter pay thing? That's probably what it was. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya is kind of out of it nowadays. See, here's the thing with all the people, with all the people that dislike Dana. It's just, it's the wrong people. You know what I mean? If it's Brendan Schaub, like, you know what I mean? Like, Brendan Schaub said that Alexandre Pantoja KO'd Islam Makhachev. And Pantoja's lead up to Brendan. Have you seen that clip with Dominic Cruz and freaking Brendan Schaub? Brendan Schaub said that Pantoja KO'd Islam Makhachev, and you see Dominic Cruz's face. It's the funniest shit I've seen. But yeah, it's just the wrong people that are going after. Like, even Jake Paul, like, it doesn't seem like he's being real when it comes to the fighter pace. I mean, it's just the wrong people. We know Ariel Helwani he was working for Dana, and now he's saying all this stuff. Like, it just is what it is. It's just similar to how it normally works with people attacking Ariel Helwani. It's the same thing with the people attacking Dana. Like, it's not the right people. Can't really take it seriously. Like, Oscar De La Hoya was like wearing, it's a cokehead wearing lace and shit on stage with whatever his fucking name is. I can't even remember shit. Whatever who's the boxer that's under him again? Fuck, Tank. Fuck. See, here's the thing. This is why I can't remember shit. Gervonta. Who was it? Who did you just fight? There you go, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is about to leave Oscar De La Hoya, from what I remember. Just doesn't seem like a good business partner there, but boxing's kind of just going under at this point. I would probably give it like 5 to 6 more years. I know it's looking kind of rough for UFC coming up in the next couple of years after this year, with maybe some of the retirements that are happening, but boxing, there's nothing. Like, the biggest event was what, Tank and whatever, that just drew 1 million, but with fucking Tyson Fury basically losing to Francis Ngannou, Wilder just got KO'd. Like, who are your stars in boxing? Like, this is not going on for much longer. 100%. And it was completely with what Dana, or not with Dana, but some of the media wants kind of what boxing has with MMA, and it's not going to work. It's not. It needs to be a profitable business, and there's too many guys that are worried about their own shit in boxing, because it is just an individual kind of thing. You got to sign with promoters. Guys want the most money. You have journeyman boxers who are, and it's a corrupt business, because it's not like the UFC where it's completely under one umbrella. So it just is what it is. Boxing's going to die very soon. Anything new from Dana, please? Fuck. Oh, I don't think I can play that. Assalamualaikum. I can't say that word either. All right. What do we got? 8 more minutes, please. Please, Dana. If it doesn't go up in 8 more minutes, I'm gonna end the stream. What are some of the events going up? Well, let me just kill some time here. I actually created a list of fights that I was gonna do for early predictions, but we'll see if we'll eventually get there. This list might be a little bit longer after what 299 was. I haven't even updated this. Actually, I did update it after 299. After 300, hopefully this gets a little bit better, but we'll see what happens. I'm probably just going to skip these. I mean, Cap and Nicolau is going to be happening very soon this week, so it doesn't make sense to do it. Reyes Olberg, it's just a very sad fight in general. I'm not going to make a video on that. Delidze and Mavov, I don't think people want to watch that. Hanato Moicano, Drew Dober, maybe. I don't know who I'm going to take in that fight. I'm going to be completely honest. Drew Dober, I mean, they're both at kind of in the same place right now. I know Moicano's coming off an injury, but we'll see. We'll see how this fight goes. Manson Piper, I'm going to take Piper in that fight. Merab, Cejudo, I'll probably take Merab. I mean, they both kind of just take guys down and don't do anything with it. But Henry Cejudo is a lot better on the feet. I think Merab, pretty much at this point in his career, Henry Cejudo is getting older. It is actually relatively old for a bantamweight right now. Merab's just going to do whatever to him. Let's see. Boxing sucks. They don't know how to stack their cards like the UFC, for instance. For a boxing pay-per-view, people only care about the main event. Yeah, 100%. There's a lot more value on a UFC card than there is a boxing card. Boxing card, I don't know if it's because it's been around for a very long time or what, but they think people want to wait like 30 minutes between fights, even an hour. Like, I was trying to watch Francis versus Fury, and that shit was brutal to watch. Like, they made me wait an hour. Then they played a damn concert. I mean, the whole stage was kind of cool that pulled out, and then the ring came up, but god damn, like, that's so unnecessary. I mean, by the time the main event happens, I just want to fall asleep. So it's just boxing does way too much. They do way too much, and the fights, it's all corrupt. It's guys stacking their records. It's not the best guys fighting the best guys most of the time. I mean, it is getting a little bit better, at least this past year. More of these guys are fighting each other, but still, it's still not the same. Yeah, boxing is a very rough watch. Merab will be Cejudo. Ty, oh no, Ty's been kind of on a rough patch here. He'll probably KO Ty Burrow though. Jeff Neal, Ian Gary. Hey, I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait for that one. Ian Gary. Actually, I don't think I've ever talked about this. Ian Gary, Sean Strickland, all that crap. I don't know where to think about Ian Gary at this point because I watched the MMA Hour interview and that dude's like mentally not there. Like it seems like he's in a rough area. I don't mind Jeff Neal going out there and KOing Ian Gary. Ian Gary doesn't have a chin either. It's such a wild interview. He's literally reading from a script down below, talking about Strickland. Like, fucking insane, man. Yeah. I guess, should I talk about Ian Gary, Sean Strickland? I like Sean Strickland, but man, it's the hypocritical stuff. Like, I'm gonna continue to support Sean Strickland. I really do like Sean Strickland. I like Dricus du Plessis, but I mean, you can't. He literally drew the line in the sand, saying, "I won't talk about anybody's families. Like, you talk about people's families, like you deserve to get sucker punched in the street. You deserve all this and that." And then, although it is like cuck stuff, like let's be real, Sean O'Malley and Ian Gary's situations are not very favorable to a lot of us MMA fans. Like, we think that shit's weird. However, you're still talking about families. So also Ian Gary, you can't talk about families either. He drew the line there as well. I know this isn't necessarily his family. Like, he brought up the Neil Magny situation with his kid. Although he said it in a press conference, it's not your business to be saying it anyways. And then he also put Jeff Neal's mugshot on a t-shirt. Like, is this really the guy that should be? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there are reasons why they're fighters and not logical people. It just is what it is. I don't like Ian Gary. I hope he lives to what he did to Neil Magny was wrong. He could have got that man shit. Yeah, 100%. And what he said in MMA Hour interview, and you saw Ariel Ariel and Ian Gary sounds like the worst combination in the world. Oh wait, Big Marcel just posted a photo. Hold on. Fuck, it's Norma Dumont versus Jermaine Durandamy. Okay. Fuck. Okay, almost got me. But I mean, it sounds like a very rough time. But like, even Ariel was kind of saying like, well, some people would say like, you talked about Neil Magny's kid and you put Jeff Neal's mugshot on a t-shirt and sold it. You know, like, is it crossing the line there? And he's like, nope. And I'm like, all right, dude's fucking delusional as well. So Ian Gary's, the one thing Ian Gary messed up is not fighting on that December card, because now, like, everything was building up to that card, and now everything's starting to flatline a little bit. It's not building up to what it once was. Sean Strickland and him at a press conference, it wasn't Sean Strickland, sorry, him and Colby would have been insane, absolutely insane. People thought that was funny what Ian Gary did to Neil Magny. I don't know how many people were saying that, but I thought it was actually kind of fucked up. I mean, if you're a logical human being, you would realize what Neil Magny said was not what Ian Gary said. I thought it was funny that Ian Gary was like being a Karen up there. He's like, you are not a good person. Sit down. Shut up. Like, this is a bunch of weird shit, bro. So weird. And then you had like the vegan shirt during the interview too. Fuck, man. Ian Gary's so unlikable. So insane. He has some other stuff back in the day. Not back in the day, like a couple years ago that kind of just went under that no one really talks about too, but fuck. Hernandez, Aliskerov, a great fucking fight. Really great fight. I probably won't make a video on it, but I'm actually kind of excited for it. Maybe I think Hernandez might win that. But Aliskerov might be a little bit better on the feet. People also thought it wasn't a big deal about what Colby going at Leon Edwards' father. Yeah, I think it was crossing a line. However, I think some of the people. Here's the thing. With the MMA community, it's a lot of hypocritical stuff, and what you'll see is people supporting one thing. I mean, Colby's an unlikable person. Like, he's a heel. That's how he's interpreted. He wants to play the bad guy. However, like, he did go pretty far. But it's also the same people saying, like, what Colby said was horrible, this and that, but they're also going and supporting John Jones or something like that. That's the stuff I kind of see. I'm like, all right, should I even take some of these people seriously sometimes? So, I mean, what he said was horrible, but in my brain, it's like, if you're building up a fight that way, I'm sure it got a lot more pay-per-view buys, and at least Leon Edwards got like 25 minutes to beat his ass, or at least try to. It was a really weird fight for Leon Edwards where he kind of just outpointed him and played super defensive. I thought he would try to do a little bit more there, and I think that's what Colby wanted him to do. But at least he got the 25 minutes to legally do whatever you want. And I think that's a little bit of a fair trade-off. I think in fighting it should be a little bit more cleaner, but I mean, it just is what it is. If it wasn't a fight and that's what he said, it's kind of messed up. Like, you should make that fight and let that happen. But if it's in a build-up press conference, he gets 25 minutes to do whatever he wants. Yeah, exactly. In my brain too, I think, I don't know if anyone will agree with this. I think it's fair game with trash talk, especially in the lead up of a fight. Like, if you're pulling out, that's kind of messed up. Like, at least give them the chance. But like, fights the day before, talk all the trash you want. You get 25 minutes to do whatever. You get to beat it, like, legally try to kill someone. I think it's fair game, but I don't think people should draw lines somewhere and then act like the like some kind of moral compass. I think that's kind of stupid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of just take a step back. That's why I feel like it's a lot easier to not gateway, like in my brain at least, because it is the fight business. Like, we need people with personalities, or at least I like people with personalities that make some of these fights more fun. But when you start drawing lines, you're bound to violate it somewhere, you know. I don't think so either, but I think if you are, at least he gets the chance to beat his ass for it, you know what I mean? I think that's a line that shouldn't be crossed. However, at least Leon Edwards had the opportunity to do whatever to Colby for 25 minutes. That's how I see it. But he obviously crossed the line. The people commenting on it, though, should not be posting pictures with John Jones or supporting John Jones and all that kind of stuff. That's just my opinion. And you'll see that quite a bit. But it's 9:03. Let's see what... Like, John Jones is a great fighter, but we can't have selective outrage here. What the fuck is this? Dana White, where are you at, man? All right, I'm going to give him a couple more minutes. With extra virgin olive oil, yeah. Oh, Big Marcel, what did you post? Oh, Norma Jamont versus Jermaine Durandamy is the big fight that's getting announced. Thank God. We have UFC 300 saved. No, what the hell is going on here? I'm giving him a couple extra minutes, and then no way I'm waiting another hour. Just take a nap at that point. I'll find out in the morning. He doesn't reply to anybody. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? He's not gonna fuck. Come on, give me something, man. Let's see. I wouldn't get mad if someone talked about my dead relative for one thing. They're dead. They can't hear you. Like, it's... Yeah, it is pretty weak. It's cheap shit for sure. Bro, what the fuck is oil him up? Yeah, so in Dana White's live streams, at least recently, I remember seeing One of them about like a month ago, where someone was like, "Dana, let me oil you up," and Dana's like, "What the fuck does that mean? Like, what does what does oil you up mean?" And so now everyone just keeps saying like, "Dana, let me oil you up. Like, let me oil you up, Dana." He even said something yesterday about it during his stream. And so it's kind of the meme going on around nowadays. So just that I lean into a little bit. I diss people while they're alive. Yeah, exactly. You need to let them hear it. 1000%. Yeah, I just. It's the MMA community can be very hypocritical at times. Like Sean Strickland saying like there's a line that you don't cross. Like obviously with the dead people, you can set that line, but then you set it with the families. But then he's also dissing families as well. I mean, it's all over the place. I don't like that shit. It is what it is, though. Nothing you really do about it. I think Strickland kind of noticed that too, but he was acting like a little bit of a baby for a couple days. Do I put out a tweet? No one's going to see it. Doesn't matter. All right. I'll give them 4 more minutes, then I'm hopping off. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. Why there's nothing announced. I'll post something on my Instagram or whatever if he announces it within like the next hour that I get off, but fuck. Come on, Dana. Oh, he's trending. Oh. It's a lot of Russian shit. Okay. No, it's... Is this new? Let's see. Yeah. That shit is hilarious. Yeah, Strickland is a hypocrite. That's the same guy that made fun. Yeah, exactly. I didn't... Yeah. I love Strickland because he's funny. He says out of pocket shit, and I'm cool with that. But don't create double standards. You know what I mean? Like, if you set the standard, you shouldn't violate it and think it's okay. I think that's kind of bullshit. Dana White is at the concert at the UFC Apex right now. He will meet up with Steve after. Whatever, man. Yeah. People were saying, like, Strickland's getting a lot of new fans, and that's cool, right? I think if he defends the belt, maybe even if he beats Adesanya again, because I think they're setting up the Adesanya fight, because he's supposed to be in the crowd for the Drickus and Strickland fight. Even if he beats him again, I think he's actually going to draw a lot. I think he might actually be a little bit of a draw just because of the crazy stuff he says. A lot of people are interested in his story or whatever, but... God damn, man. People saying like, oh, it's his trauma. Like, people should make up his trauma. Like, you obviously don't know Strickland. Like, you haven't been watching Strickland if you don't know all the shit he's done. Like, I don't feel bad. Like, when I saw him crying, I was like, I don't... Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird seeing it from Strickland because all the shit he said. Made fun of the dude dying, like, the day after he died and got hit by a bus in Brazil. Felipe Colares. Like, made fun of Roundtree. Like... And I don't have a problem with this stuff. It's more of like, I mean, yeah, it's fucked up, but like, why are we being a hypocrite about it? I just don't get it. I really don't. Yeah, that show is kind of funny though. You made fun of, I think that actually might have won him the fight. I'm going to be honest. I think he really got in Izzy's head, like, because Izzy was expecting him to call him the Chinaman. Like, he even got the coach, like the Chinese coach there, but then he just started talking about his dog the entire time. Like that was insane. People always gonna hit you where it hurts, especially if exactly 100%. And Dricus found that. And if he's, I know Sean Strickland's kind of dumb, but if he's able to keep it in, then he might be able to have a really good chance against Dricus. But if Dricus gets under his skin at that press conference, I don't think Strickland can help himself. Strickland gets aggressive, I think he could get caught and put out very easily. So that fight's going to be super interesting. Either way, Sean Strickland wins or Dricus du Plessis wins, that Adesanya fight's going to be entertaining. I don't know if Adesanya deserves another rematch there. I think he should fight like a Hamza or something before fighting for the title again. But, I mean, it is what it is. What's 1 hour? Oh, this is Ariana Grande. Okay. It's not UFC 300. All right. I think this is a good spot to cut this away. I'm kind of done waiting for Dana here. So, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to post something on Instagram when these fights get announced. Who knows what I might do. I'm not going to hop. I probably won't hop on another stream here, but I'll see you guys whenever. I don't have anything planned for tomorrow to get uploaded. Maybe I'll do Marab, Henry Cejudo. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it doesn't look like we're going to get an announcement anytime soon. Dana's at a concert at the Apex. I don't know what his plan is. I don't do that. People, I bring up stuff that I know is sensitive. Yeah, 100%. All right, see ya, man. Getting off. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.